Okay, so in light of the latest announcement regarding the creator of To Love Ru talking about Darkness, which is the latest saga in the actual story and whatnot, not being the final chapter, because I believe To Love Ru Darkness just recently ended, meaning that he's probably planning on either doing another series or doing maybe some more content, whatever the case may be. It really felt like it's kind of time for me to talk about what I personally think is one of the most, I want to say controversial, but also saddest, fucked up, and just all around mind-blowing, like holy shit moments I've ever heard of regarding a mangaka and his personal life. Now, it's a rarity to actually hear about things like this in the anime and manga industry, and till this day, and I heard this story many, many years ago, but to this day, I'm still kind of flabbergasted in a way after hearing what actually went down with this dude. And honestly, I'm not overselling it at all, because I was kind of like, damn, just absolutely damn what happened to the mangaka of To Love Ru. Now, if you never heard of To Love Ru, essentially it's just kind of like an ecchi series, a titty series, nothing to write home about at all. It's entertaining, it's enjoyable, but quality wise, I'll put it blunt, I personally think that it's trash anime. It's like you'll get a good laugh out of it, you'll get some good enjoyment out of it, but if you're looking for some creative and quality storytelling, just pass along, mate, because this isn't the one. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to read a little bit of what went down and we're gonna talk some more, but this happened many years ago, and this was the reason, if I'm not mistaken, why To Love Ru actually had to do a spin-off and end its original serialization. And yeah, it's crazy. There is this person called Nakamura Ine who is quite famous on the Nico Nico website, which is essentially a large Japanese online community somewhat like YouTube, who turned out to be a minor who was in their last year in high school, and also insinuated that he has something going on with the Kashiwagi Shiho. Now, this Shiho was the wife of Yabuki Kentaro, the author of To Love Ru. She met Yabuki when he was looking for assistance and seduced him and ended up becoming his wife and gave birth to a daughter. Now, to use the word seduce, I don't know. I mean, when you listen more to the story, it kind of makes sense, but I still wouldn't say necessarily seduced. It's more so, hey, people get together. That doesn't mean necessarily there was seduction involved. It just means two people clicked and they banged and had a kid, right? No big deal. But she hardly did any housework, neglected her daughter, and spent most of her days in front of a computer spending time on Nico Nico. So essentially she was a shitbag, and kind of sounds like well, I don't want to jump to anything. Again, let's continue reading. But yeah, she seemed like a lazy bitch and didn't give a fuck. And believe me, when I use the word bitch, I don't use it loosely, but you're going to understand in a bit. January 2009, when Yabuki was sick with the flu and bedridden, she kidnapped her own daughter and disappeared. And it turned out that she left her daughter at her parents' place while she was doing this and that with Ine, which again is another person that isn't her husband. Her husband is Yabuki Kantaro. And now here's kind of what, transpired. In a nutshell, essentially he had to end the manga to prevent his ex-wife from making a third custody and money grab for his daughter after she illegally wiped his bank accounts out, stole the laptop he used to create manga, and blackmailed him for custody of his own daughter after kidnapping her. Even now, she's claiming rights to the Haruna character, which Haruna is one of the people that was prominent and kind of in the love triangle in To Love Ru, and all profit made from the anime, manga, and merchandise. Not to mention, she cheated on him on multiple occasions and was using Yabuki's credit card for her expense, leaving their daughters in the house while going out with her boyfriend. And later, after she was discovered cheating by Yabuki, she demanded those absurd claims. So essentially, what happened was, even though she's on the internet and, she's just on Nico Nico, she was a hoe, and Yabuki essentially tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. I mean, just look at the signs right there. For starters, well, again, the seduction word, that was more so from the article, not necessarily what actually happened, but they had a kid, and she was just on the computer all day, not doing housework, not taking care of her daughter. And then the moment Yabuki was sick, whatever happened to in sickness and health, right? The moment Yabuki was sick with the flu and couldn't get out of bed, this bitch kidnapped the daughter and bounced so that she could go probably fuck another dude. Like, this story, I don't know why it really fucked with me, and I read this story so many years ago, I'm not gonna lie. I want to say maybe 2011, 2012 is when I really read this and heard, which is like 5 or 6 years ago now, like a long time ago, and to this day it still bugs me. Then, let's continue though, there's more. In February 2009, Yabuki, the author of To Love Ru, begged Shiho, he begged her to return for the sake of their daughter. I understand why he did it, and again, I'm giving my commentary as we read along, because it fucks with me. Like, I understand, hey, we should be together for our daughter. He probably also did it because he had feelings, let's be honest here. He did care about her, regardless of her being a shitbag and a lazy bitch, but he begged her to return, like, please, for our daughter. And Shiho did return to Tokyo, but a few days later, she dropped out once again with his daughter, this time taking a notebook computer and Yabuki's credit cards. Oh my fucking god, when I read this, I forget exactly all the details, and holy shit. So he begged her, please come back for our daughter's sake. She came back only to rob him and take her back. What the fuck? Ooh. Let's continue. Yabuki later stopped the credit cards, but a large sum of money was already taken out. So even though he, tried to put a hold to it, she already got through his pockets and ran with them. Yabuki looked for them everywhere, but to no avail. March 2009 rolled around. Shiho demanded a divorce on the grounds of personality clash and a large chunk of Yabuki's assets. But when the evidence of her infidelity was discovered on her computer, she then changed her stance and demanded for money in exchange for the custody rights of her daughter. So, absolute human fucking waste. Essentially, she used the daughter. She got pregnant. Like, now do you understand the seduction aspect in the beginning of this article? She used her daughter that she had. As a matter of fact, she got pregnant to begin with as a quick cash grab on this manga creator. It's clear as day she was lazy, didn't give a fuck, spent all her time on Nico Nico, dipped out on him, he begged her to come back, she came back, robbed him again, and then tried to sue him, and on top of that, since she got caught, probably had some fucking nasty pictures on her computer or whatever, decided, hey, how's this? Give me some money and you can have our daughter. You are fucking scum. People like this don't deserve to have children. I'm telling you right now, this is so disgusting. It's making me sick reading. I swear on everything I love, I am legit feeling a little bit nauseous reading this, and I'm not bullshitting. I legit feel like puking right now reading this. Holy shit. Like, let's continue though. There's a little bit more. Realizing it would take over a year to settle things, Yabuki accepted her conditions and got the daughter back. He realized, hey, I don't want my daughter with this piece of shit to begin with. Take some fucking money, give me my daughter, and fuck the fuck off. Now, Haruna Sairenji, which is again the character that was actually based off this woman, Kashiwage Shiho, so the woman, his wife or ex-wife or this scumbag bitch, we'll call her that, was actually the model for Haruna Sairenji, which means, again, this dude really fucking loved her, and it's disgusting to hear how she treated him, because he incorporated her into his work. And then there's a reason why her role was reduced dramatically since volume 13 of To Love Ru, and Yui getting more prominent. Essentially, she was a pretty big deal, and I remember the main character, because I have seen To Love Ru, I've seen like about a season and a half, I want to say. I've seen quite a bit of episodes, and I remember she was the one that, I think his name is Rito, maybe I'm mistaken, but she was the one that he really was digging, the calm, quiet, normal person. But as the series went on, it was kind of like she had a back burner role. She wasn't no longer a big deal. And apparently, Shiho has sued and demanded for more money of the character Haruna recently. So even after she tried a lawsuit and she probably got some bucks out of it, and then all of this happened, then she went back and went demanding more money after she already was compensated very heavily. A comment of Yabuki's while this was all happening. Oh my god. Y'all ready for this? This is the one comment right here that just breaks my fucking heart for this dude. And yeah, this is one of the reasons why I say that this is one of the most disturbing, sad, and fucked up stories I've heard in the anime and manga industry. While I was working hard on a manga that was focused on taking young girls' panties off, another man was taking my wife's panties off. Oh, fucking shit. I don't know, that just gave me, like, I don't even know what it gave me, but it just made me feel just terrible. Like, humanity, What the fuck? And lastly, following the dispute over Haruna's character right, Yabuki feared his daughter getting hurt by all the debacle, so he accepted Shiho's demands yet again and ended the series prematurely. And I'm assuming that that was right in between the original series and then eventually he did Darkness, because if he did Darkness, still using the same title, but also stopped having that character involved, I'm assuming, which I never really checked out Darkness, then he could continue using that work and not have to give her any more money. I just gotta say, Shiho, whatever the fuck your name is, you're a worthless scumbag. And dudes out there, yo, you need to be fucking on your game about women like this. You need to be on your A game, because women like this, they're fucking leeches. They're sucking you dry. They're disgusting ass pieces of shit. And honestly, I feel as though there's a lesson that we can all gather from this, and one of the main reasons why I want to talk about this. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while because I just feel as though this is one of the most fucked up things I've heard in the manga industry, and I guess for people that do care about To Love Ru, here's an explanation as to why we had to get Darkness to begin with, and so on and so forth. But the lesson, I feel as though, I mean, for starters, just be careful who you get with, because some woman like this Shiho is the most disgusting thing. They'll rob you, they'll cheat on you, they'll leave you. You'll do everything for them. They'll sue you. Some people can be horrible in this world. You know, keep your eyes peeled and don't let nobody sucker you, because people like this Shiho bitch, terrible person. Shiho Kashiwagi, like, yeah, fuck you. But I'm kind of curious what you guys think about all this story. Do you think this is one of the most fucked up stories you've heard regarding the manga industry and something happening to a manga creator? I know obviously there's other stories out there with health-related issues, but I'm just talking about personally, aside from health-related issues, this is probably one of the most disturbing things. And what is your thoughts on this? It's just kind of like, till this day, about 5 or 6 years later, reading the story and thinking about it, is like, poor fucking creator of To Love Ru. Like, he did not deserve this at all, and I hope he finds a better woman that's gonna treat him right and take care of his daughter and not be a scumbag like Shiho. Lesson, woman, don't be like Shiho, because then you're just gonna be a hoe. I'm Forever World, and as always, people, have an awesome day.